Welcome back to Today with Matt and Dave. I'm Matt Ricker.
And I'm Dave Horvath.
And we're back with some sports with Dave.
Just me, not Matt. No, I'm kidding. Trying to be funny.
So we'll get you.
So I'm going to run through the sports, recap like we usually do, just because there's actually a lot today. And we want to get all this in as quick as possible. As always, anytime you want to comment on the live feed from me and Matt, please comment. You got questions, we'll talk about it after I get through the sports. We'll definitely get it in though before we finish. But definitely, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whether you want us to talk about something, let us know. We're going to start with baseball, though. So baseball was over against Rider this past weekend, and I had a doubleheader on Sunday, but the first game was Saturday, where they won 7-4. And then in the doubleheader, they split the games one game apiece. They won 6-4 in the first game, lost 10-8 in the second game. Then on Wednesday, they got played against Stony Brook. They got beat 13-2. So 2-2 over the 4-game stretch. Not horrible. I thought they would have gone 3-1 personally, but hey, gotta make with what you got. Going on lacrosse. Lacrosse this weekend was over up in Buffalo against Canisius. They lost 18-5 against a very high-powered team in Canisius, who's right now looking like they're going to win the MAC. And they're playing with some of the best teams in the country. So they got a good squad there. And then they lost a heartbreaker yesterday, 14-13 against Quinnipiac. Now I watched the first half of the game when it was 10-9. I really thought we were going to win that game because we pulled away at the end of the first half. I was like, okay, up by a goal. We scored 2 goals in the last minute and 10 seconds, and I felt confident, but they Quinnipiac ended up holding us off to only scoring 3 goals in the second half. So that stinks, but we'll have to look to definitely make improvements for our next game. Golf had their Manor Intercollegiate Tournament this past weekend. That was over in Farmville, Virginia. They came in 15th out of 16th on the first day. On Saturday and on Sunday, they came in 16th out of 16th. So, honestly, not that great, but, they can only go up from here. You can't go down. On the softball had a bunch of games this weekend. They were home against Niagara for a doubleheader and against Canisius for a doubleheader. Against Niagara, they won both games 5-4 and 6-1, and then against Canisius, they won also both games 2-4 and 5-4. So that's very well playing. And then yesterday, they played against Sacred Heart over in Fairfield, and they lost 4-0. So 4-1 over the weekend plus yesterday was pretty good, pretty solid. That's definitely looking good for the team, especially after they started with their first game losing on home. They've won 4 straight, so definitely looking good. On to the men's and women's outdoor track and field teams. So we had guys all over the place. As Matt and I talked about last week, we had guys in California, we had guys in Philly, we had guys in Boston, we had guys in New York, Connecticut. So out in California, the outdoor track and outdoor program was presented in the West Coast. I guess at the Stanford Invitational in the San Francisco State Distance Carnival. In Stanford, Giannis Machoman placed 9th in the 3,000-meter steeplechase for the Gales. He clocked in a time of 8:58 so like 8:50 seconds and 80 milliseconds. It was his first steeplechase race of the season. And in the second section of the 5,000-meter event, Chuck Miller earned 14th at the time of 14:09.88. Well, and the 10,000-meter, Gilbert Caruso had a personal best of 28:54.90 for 19th place. Throughout the day, the Gales also recorded a pair of did not finishes, with Kieran Clemens not recording a time in the 5,000 meter, and in Stanford, Andrew Taro did not finish the 10,000 meter at San Francisco. On to the New Haven, where they were at the Yale University Marketing Invitational. The men's and women's each claimed first place finishes throughout the day. Caitlin Othman led 3 of the top 5 finishes in the 1,500 meter with a time of 4:46.42, which was the winning time. Cameron McKenna and Rachel Gaughan came in 4th and 5th place respectively, so we got 3 of the top 5, and they finished with a .18 difference between 4th and 5th, with McKenna getting 4:51.24 and Gaughan getting 4:51.42. Oreth Moynihan tabbed one of the first 2 place finishes for the 5,000 meter event, crossing at 18:09.54. She just finished ahead of teammate Julia Curley, who clocked in at 18:12.82, and Shannon O'Hare added a 4th place finish at the end with 18:33.86. On the men's side of the 5,000 meter, Thomas McClellan notched a winning time of 16:05.22. Well, on the first place finish for the men's team the other first place on the men's teams came in for Guillaume Solis with the 200-meter event in a time of 22:43. He also came in 4th place on the 100-meter event at 11:06. Other noticeable finishes or top 5 finishes in the 1,500-meter race was Robert Kirsty, led a group with a second place finish of 4:12.76, and a 3rd place time of Christian Alberco, he came in at 13.71, where Ross Reitman turned in fifth place at 4:15.35. Edward Hayfront posted the second place time of 22:02.96 in 800 meters, while Alexandra Nogton finished fifth in the 400 meter at a time of 1:06.01. On to women's water polo. Women's water polo over the weekend was in Lexington, Virginia, playing against a variety of teams. They played against Siena at 2:30 on Saturday, 113-3. And they played against Villanova, they won 15-5. And then they lost on Sunday, the Sunday night game against VMI, which they lost 13-16. Then yesterday they had senior day where they won 15-7 over St. Francis Brooklyn.
That must have been sad.
What, the senior day? I think they meant losing. I was like, yeah, it stinks to lose, but no, they you know, at least they went on senior day. That's always the biggest thing, is you got to win on for your seniors, and they played well last night.
Yeah.
Now on to some upcoming sports for the next week. We have baseball will be on next Tuesday against NYIT. That'll be 3:30 at home. The outdoor track and field season is going to, again, be kind of all over the place. The Sam Howell Invitational Multi-Duels, that'll be Friday, 3 p.m. tomorrow, out in Princeton, where on Saturday 8 a.m. they're going to be the Rider Invitational. That will be in Lawrenceville, New Jersey at Rider University. And then Saturday 3 o'clock, they also participate in the second day of the Sam Howell Invitational. For the women's side of it, they also at 3 o'clock tomorrow have the Sam Howell Invitational in Princeton on Friday. And then Saturday they have the Sam Howell Invitational, which the time has not been announced yet. It's going to depend on how Friday goes. And then 8 a.m. they'll be at on Saturday morning. They'll also be at Lawrenceville, New Jersey, at the Rider Invitational. Golf will be over in Corpolis, Pennsylvania. I have no idea if I said that right. Probably not, but I can say the best I can. They'll be at the Colonial Golf Classic. They have tee times of 8 a.m. on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, so we hope they do well. Men's soccer has their spring season starting up, which they'll be playing against Army on Saturday at 12 p.m. over in West Point. Men's and women's rowing will be participating against LaSalle on Saturday. Time to be announced. I'll be over in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Lacrosse will be playing up in Londonville, New York against Siena at 12 o'clock on Saturday. And then on Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. they'll be playing against Manhattan. So, over in Riverdale. So got to support them there. Softball will be up on Saturday up in Londonville, also playing against Siena with games starting at 12 and 2, and then they're going to be in Poughkeepsie on Sunday at 2 o'clock playing against Marist. Fordham they'll be playing against Fordham on Tuesday at 3, and will be playing in St. John's Wednesday at 3. Tuesday at 3 against Fordham in the Bronx, and then they'll be finishing up this week at next week's schedule against St. John's at 3 p.m. On to women's water polo. They'll be over in Brooklyn, New York against Marist Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And then at 2:30 they'll be in Brooklyn against Siena. And then they'll be finishing up Sunday at 9 a.m. against Villanova, and that'll be over in Staten Island. So that's all the sports I got. Maggie, any questions, comments? No, anyone?
No, I don't
want to
see
weigh in? No one wants to weigh in. I guess. I guess we gotta do what I gotta do. No one wants to talk. That's okay. So that's all the sports we got for this week. Obviously exciting. Got some good games going to be going on. Going to have our gals all over the entire East Coast, Northeast, everywhere. So good luck to everyone, as always. And, if you're around, please try to watch a game. Like I said, I watched the first half of the lacrosse game before I go to class. Very entertaining. I really am sad they lost because I really thought they were going to pull that game out. But, you can only do it. You win some, you lose some. Mm-hmm. That is all we're going to do for the sports section. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns you want to have us talk about, put them in the comments section. We'll hit them up next segment. But until then, we're going to take a short break. When we come back on, we're going to hit a little bit of the entertainment section.
All right, sounds good. We'll be right back.